Kennan.
Thank you very much, Presiding Officer. First of all, I'd like to thank the Minister for her comments earlier on regarding some of the DPLR Committee's recommendations, and she touched upon a Stage 2 amendment will go forward regarding the affirmative procedure. It's something I'm sure colleagues on the committee will welcome. Also want to touch upon the reply from the Minister to the committee regarding its paragraph 107 of the reply, section 35(2)(b). The Minister indicated in the reply that is still given consideration for a Stage 2 amendment on that to go from a negative to the affirmative procedure. Presiding Officer, I welcome this bill, and I know that many of my constituents will also. Every year in the lead-up to and also in the aftermath of Guy Fawkes Night, my office is inundated with emails and calls about the impact of the improper use of fireworks. I say improper because there will always be people who, for whatever reason, do not like fireworks, even professional organised displays. Better regulation of how members of the public can purchase and use fireworks, therefore, ensures that those who don't like them or fear them are less likely to be subjected to fireworks being set off at sporadic times of day and often for weeks before and also after the 5th of November. The real issue is when firework use becomes antisocial behaviour, as it can cause huge distress to people, animals and the environment, some of which we've already heard in this debate this afternoon. But fireworks can raise background noise levels by several dozen decibels, and increased noise levels can cause distress to those with noise sensitivity, including autistic people or veterans and refugees living with PTSD. And I know that certainly from people who have contacted my office over the last few years, particularly some veterans who have had some dealings with. Livestock startled by fireworks can negatively impact farmers, as we've already heard as well, and pet owners know of the sheer panic that firework noise can cause animals to experience. I do want to commend the Dogs Trust for their briefing for today's debate, and it states that fireworks can elicit undesirable behavioural responses in dogs, such as hiding away, not eating, trembling, panting, not being able to settle, agitation, urination, defecation, and trying to escape, i.e. scrabbling at the doors. For veterans who have PTSD or refugees who have fled conflict zones, fireworks can be that trauma trigger. And at a time when Russia continues to bomb Ukraine on a daily basis, and some of us in the chamber may have met Ukrainians coming here to survive, we can only imagine the triggering effect that fireworks could actually have upon people who have fled conflict zones. That's why I do welcome the bill, as it will ensure that appropriate action is taken over the sale and use of fireworks, as well as reducing the misuse of pyrotechnic devices such as flares. And it's already been touched upon in terms of some sporting events where pyrotechnics have been utilised. And actually an event, not in Scotland but in England, an event at the weekend where a footballer actually picked up the pyrotechnic and actually threw it back towards where the crowd were. So that particular incident is being investigated by the relevant authorities. Presiding Officer, this bill is an important step forward, an important step towards reducing the burden on emergency services and preparing for and responding to firework-related incidents. In my own constituency, there sadly have been incidents where large-scale bonfires and ad hoc firework displays genuinely have wreaked havoc upon those particular communities and have occupied a huge amount of time of the emergency services. This has a knock-on effect for the rest of the constituency, who actually may require the assistance of these emergency services. Now, let's not forget that fireworks, if not handled responsibly, can cause serious injury and even prove fatal. And I touch upon that because I touched upon some sporting events. Now, UEFA regularly fine football clubs in Scotland and elsewhere because of the use of pyrotechnics in football stadia. Now, in my opinion, there is absolutely no common sense for actually having pyrotechnics in any football stadium, to be quite honest with you, because they are dangerous. In addition, the fireworks can pollute the air with gases and particles that can contain metals and other elements that are potentially harmful to human health. Local air pollution, the frequency of cultural traditions involving fireworks and climatic factors can all influence the impacts of fireworks on the environment. I think also that the Scottish Government has already moved quickly to introduce regulations restricting the times of day and the volume of fireworks that can be supplied to the public. as well as the times that fireworks can be set off. However, it's clear that the public want to see more action, as 84% of respondents to the 2021 consultation backed the introduction of a fireworks licensing scheme, which this bill will deliver. The introduction of a fireworks licensing scheme means that members of the public will need a licence to buy, possess or use fireworks, and businesses supplying fireworks will need to confirm that the people getting the fireworks either have a licence or don't need one. The bill also specifies that certain fireworks can only be supplied to and used by members of the public at certain times, including Guy Fawkes Day, Hogmanay, Chinese New Year and Diwali. And I think certainly in the report from the committee, section 157 of the report, Alistair Hayes' comment, and I'll finish on this point, Presiding Officer. Alistair Hayes said, and I quote, "I feel that the bill strikes the right balance." Now, I know obviously there's been a number of comments around when the fireworks can be utilised and sold, particularly for cultural events. But I think Alistair Hayes' comments, someone who has got a huge amount of experience in actually trying to protect Scotland, I think certainly should be listened to. Thank you very much.